Did that work? That's probably why the thing is not thinking. Hang on, did it start? Oh, yeah, my YouTube crashed on here too. Hey, let's go! YouTubing. Come on, YouTube. I just need to see if the thing is thinking. Okay, I think it's working. Oh boy. My Wi-Fi is bad though, so well, not my Wi-Fi, but the Wi-Fi on my phone is bad. All right, let's see. Uh oh. Ooh. 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 Alright, chat. If you guys can actually hear what I'm saying, you guys should say something. Because my phone is not working. It's burning up actually. Open widget. Good connection. Is it on reach? This needs to be plugged in. Ooh. A bit quiet? Okay, let's see if we can fix that. Oh, I turned the volume down. Okay. That should be a little bit better. I'm trying to make this not suck. Make sure everything is connected, because if this disconnects, I'm gonna be mad. Be very mad. It's saying that the bitrate is too low, but I mean, it's not gonna get much better than that. I'm sorry in advance. Close my email. I need you guys to read in my emails. We're not gonna open that on here because I already know that's some foolishness. Okay. First things first. We're gonna go rebuild. Let me make sure everything going good now. Oh wait, don't I have this? Woo. I should have this opened somewhere. Oh, look at that. I do have it open. Okay. That doesn't look terrible. Alright, I'll go with that. Alright, let's get to work. We have a lot of things we gotta get done today. First, let's go. Whoops, not that. Term. Let's go. Oh. Let's see if we can rebuild. I don't know why I did that. Let's see if we can rebuild documents, WL roots, and nah, I'm not doing that right now. Oh wait, no. It's gonna be console islands. Let's go take a look at that setup menu first, so that we can make sure that it doesn't have that bug. I wish I had another monitor, but I don't. So we're gonna have to open this thing on my phone so I can see what people are saying. Ow! Alright, hope everybody's having a good day so far. I would be having a much better experience if my YouTube would work. Let's see. There. Look, it worked. It thinged. Hooray. Oh, you know what? I didn't say that, yeah, they're chatting in there. We're not gonna look at that. Let's go and tell the people that I am live. At General News. see. Alright, now that all the boring stuff is out the way, let's go and get this. Whoa, don't want to open that. Alright, so, LabWC, let's start, no, the CD build, and then let's open up LabWC. Okay, let's, always on top of that, move that boyo in the corner, and then let's go ahead and Ninja for updates, and then run the setup menu. Okay. The stream is delayed on mobile like usual. I got a notification 16 seconds before you sent it on stream. What? That is some crazy latency, bro. That's bad. That's really bad, actually. Oh well, it's school Wi-Fi. I don't think it's gonna get any better than that. It might, but I don't know. No promises. That is like moving abnormally slow. Like, that's not how slow it is, like, normally. It's also like glitching? It's like glitching too? That's not normal. Yeah, it's running really slow. So we're just not gonna touch. I think it might be the CPU usage of the stream, but I could be wrong. I've not tried. It might just be the Miss DM, hello, how are you doing today? I think the stream is causing my yeah, that's not normal. Why are you Zubik? Yes, we're gonna find out today why this is running so slow. I think I know why, but why can't I always on top this? It's not a swag. That's very good to hear. Rin! How are you doing? It's good to see the people that I'll see in the server. What's the specs? So, actually, I'm running this on... Whoa! Yeah, that's really, really slow. I'm running this on the console firmware. Or the console itself, if that makes any sense. So, this system isn't obviously this is Linux Mint, but it's running on the console, so it's the same specs. 16 gigabytes of RAM, 512 storage, Ryzen 5 CPU, all of that good stuff. Do you have the benchmarking thing? I do not. Although I think it's so like that menu doesn't normally run that slow. A profiler? I do not have a profiler. I should get one, but I don't know why it doesn't normally run that slow. Like, it might be. Wait, it might be like how I'm. It probably just OBS. Drago, what's going on, bro? Glad to be here. Glad to have you here. Aye. Let's see. I think the issue is simply just like how I'm running it. Normally, it does not run that slow. All right, it's being weird right now, and it's not a. Oh, you know what? It could be a memory leak. I forgot how to turn on. A little bit quiet. Okay, let's see if I can. Oh, I gotta do it from the mic now. We got a fancy mic, so. Yeah, I don't know. It's probably a little loud. Try to not make it like super blasting in your ears, but we'll see. Let's look. Whoa, let's not pull up that. Let's look at Mason address sanitizer. Wow, that was really helpful. I'm glad that somebody responded. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they put it on Stack Overflow. OF. Is my sound on here? Oh, it's on up there. Yeah, there's like a lot of background noise. What in the world? Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, we're turning on address sanitizer with fsanitize in the C compiler. Do you not have any voice isolation? I thought I did, but I guess not. This is. Hold on. I actually need to try something. Off. That's not swag. It's kind of relaxing the background noise. Well, if you guys don't mind it, then it'll stay. But like, my headphones and the mic are connected to the same. Wait a minute, guys. Okay, hold on. That it's gonna stop for a second. I just remembered there's a headphone jack on the console. Okay. Question is now, can I hear? You guys are gonna hear some. You guys are gonna hear some very odd sounds really quickly. Let's see.
Front, left, right.
Okay, input. Yeah, it's probably still gonna make the little background noise, but now at least I don't have to hear it. So you can also add a right noise for noise removing filter on OBS. How do I do that? Filters. Add a new noise suppression? Okay. Close. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, let me turn on. Let's turn on monitor. Oh, there you go. Huh. I knew I did something. I was like, whoa, the sound stopped. Dang. Dang, bro. Drago, you can't be antisocial, bro. You gotta play the game. Alright, so, how do I do that? Add project arguments. Okay, hold on. Alright, let's see. What can I do about this? So we have to call add project arguments. How do I do that? Oh, we just Oh, it's just by itself. Add project arguments. But didn't I already... I think I did that somewhere. Or I guess maybe not. Okay. So we're just gonna throw that up here. Try. And then we're gonna run Ninja. Oh, whoa. Missing an N. Whoa. Ninja. Huh. Huh. That's new. Um. Um. Is Infinite written in C? Yes, it is entirely, not entirely, but all of the backend stuff is all C based. I learned C just so that I could work on this. The options were C and Rust, and the kernel is in C, so it kind of makes sense to just use the same language. Plus, building Rust takes a lot of extra steps, and I'm not interested in doing those. At least not right now. We're gonna turn address sanitizer off because it seems like it's blowing up. I think I'm missing a package. Everything you wrote the backend and see. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Also, subscribe to this man. Say it's 1+ subs. Very swag. Very swag. I will be doing hopefully more stuff like this in the future. It will be. Use Go for all my server stuff. Go. I like how Go looks too. It's just another language where it was like, okay, it's gonna be a lot of extra steps. Plus, I wanted to write everything in a language that's like well supported by Wayland, which is the compositor I'm using. And Wayland is also in C, so it kind of was like you either write it in C or C++, and I don't like C++. I think it's an ugly language, so C was the go-to move. Yeah. Oh, look, it worked that time. It worked normally. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, yeah, that's not what I was trying to do. LiveWC. Alright, so we're gonna always untop this time. I'm not really sure why. I don't have. Cristallo, what's going on? I have not looked at this kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I prefer C personally because there's just documentation for the C stuff. Like there are other languages that I like obviously there's Rust, there's Go, there's other languages. There's an implementation of Wayland and Python. Yeah, it's just this. The logging is what's making it so slow. So I can just turn up the log level, but I don't know. So if I come back up to the init, we're going to set the log level from debug to info, and that should make it not literally die every time it's time to log something. Ninja, that's my setup, and now, well, it's still moving a little bit slow, but I think it's just the fact that the terminal's here. Yeah, not sure why it's doing that. Very odd. Well, Zig, actually, I don't know, I forgot the name of the guy. But there's this one YouTuber, he's like obsessed with Zig. Like he swears by Zig. He's like, this is, I think his name, like the Prime, it's the Prime something. He's like obsessed with Zig. Everything is Zig. Oh my gosh. Zig is the most peak language, guys. Everybody needs to try it. Because he's one of those, like, I swear, his name's like the Prime, is it the Primogen? Oh, yeah. It is him. Yeah, this guy. Yeah, this dude. Oh my, he's obsessed. Obsessed. Yeah, Primogen. Yeah, he's obsessed with Zig. Swears by Zig. Everything must be Zig. The first video I saw of him was probably like him talking about it was something with like a memory leak or something, and I was like, okay, that's actually interesting. He reads like a bunch of interesting articles though. None of them really changed my mindset, but you know, interesting articles nonetheless. Yeah, yeah. Although he's one of those AI. I don't really understand his take on AI. He's like AI bad, but AI good. And he's one of those I don't like VS Code people, and I don't mess with that personally. But you know, each their own. All right, let's see. He's in his go phase. Yeah, I have heard him say that. All right, so we're going to. So there are a couple of different projects that are being worked on at the same time. So we got Islands. This is all the UI stuff, and then I have LibFinite. That's the API for like drawing things, and then I have a new project as always. NeoVim. Oh yeah. I've heard Theo as well. Theo has had a lot of very interesting takes. I think his biggest one that I didn't like was when he was like semantic versioning bad. I was like, you know, did you see the C++? No, C is. I think I like. I don't know if you've ever heard Fireship. Fireship's definition of C versus C++ is perfect. C++ is C that makes it harder to shoot yourself in the foot. But when you do, you blow your whole leg off. C is safer, but not easier, in my opinion. Or C++ is safer, but it's not easier. C is like, I can do... C is... C... Oh, this is, by the way, I'm writing a system D rewrite for the console. But C, you can do things like... Okay, that's actually a bad example. Like char yes equals this, and then you can be like yes, or you gotta malloc it first. So like 5. You can then like set yes to equal, and we'll give it like a char free yes, and then set yes to something else. You should not be able to do this. But C is like, oh yeah, that's valid until you run the code, and then it blows up. What do you think of planned support? What do you mean about planned support? Yeah. Oh, hey, Soy. Theo. Yeah. I don't mess with Theo like that. There are people that like him. I'm just not one of those people. The Drago, what do you mean by planned support? Vim motions on VS Code? I actually have not, and this is actually bad. I have not learned any of the Vim commands, which is bad because, like, I know Nano very well. Nano, not Nanny. Let me see if I can do that. Oh wait, I have Discord on my iPad. School gave me an iPad, so I have an iPad now, guys. Hold up. Left my iPad to die yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. I understand the hate for Nano, to be honest. I just am one of those people that Nano is super lightweight and simple, and I'm like, yeah, that's something I can use. By the way, I made progress on Polygon. Understanding if you prefer. Oh, you mean like support for other languages? I love Lua. Lua, my favorite language. I will be writing a Lua implementation. Um, I will be writing a Lua implementation of the console. Somebody asks if Wi-Fi will be required to set up the console initially, and the answer is no. You can set up the console entirely offline. I don't. Wait, computer on my side doesn't start with a foot terminal anymore. Um, um, OSL. Lewis so peak. Oh, by the way, Soy, since you're here, let me just go ahead and answer your question because it actually is related. Islands. Don't save my changes to CNET. We're gonna look at CNET later, but Islands has compositor source CLI. It's currently trying to start the main menu, not starting the foot terminal. All you gotta do is just change this line right here. At least for right now. Although you should probably just use LabWC, which is what I'm using right now, and then you can go from there. I'm not running the compositor because the compositor, I built it with no X-Wayland support because X-Wayland is dumb. So that also means though that I can't run it inside of here. I have to run it in a separate window, which I'm not doing that right now. So let's come back to Islands and let's do some things with the setup menu. So all these icons gotta go, and I gotta figure out how we're gonna do that. That is a big typo as well. Sans. This typo is everywhere. That's what I get for copying and pasting and not checking my spelling. Because Illusions looked at that and was like, hey, that font there is not correct. And I didn't see it. Now if I ninja, this should run. Look at that. Now it actually looks like how it's supposed to look. Oh. Yeah, I'm not really sure why it does that. But make move. Alright. I don't know what Hyro and Krish are arguing about right now, but we're gonna leave them alone. Don't be getting involved when the couple start arguing. It's a quote from somewhere. Let's get back to it. So we need to let's come back to Figma because we gotta make this. Although we're gonna put a picture here. It's been years since I've heard your voice. I've grown a lot. I guess. Gave more info by the way. Oh, okay. Let me check. I literally just closed the iPad too. iPad has taken up a lot of space on my desk. If you've seen my desk, you would be like, what in the world is going on here? So I hope you know. Alright, missed him. I'll see you later, bro. Alright, let's see. I'm hoping that when the end is done, we have some sort of... Yeah. I'm not when I say I'm not writing C++, it doesn't mean that the console won't support C++ because it still supports C++ out the box. I'm just not building the engine in C++. Last time I was in 5th grade is crazy work. Instead of playable console games, there were consoles and games. I'm telling you. Guys, we need developers, by the way. We need games. I want to be able to make not this. That's bad. That's not the right example. Oh, did it get deleted? Did Delusions delete the thing? I think Delusions deleted the thing. Yeah, we're gonna put some consoles and games up there though. Trust. So we'll get to that later though. We're gonna work on this screen. So think what I'm gonna do today is I'm going to make it where we actually have a way of saving the changes that you make. So we're gonna figure out how we're gonna do this together. Do I have a? I hate MS Paint actually. Or not MS Paint. What is the console twin? We're working on building an indie gaming console. Developer FS, if you should continue working on your game, bro. Is this console twin? Wait, I need to. What's the thing? JSON validator. I don't like using. There we go. I don't like using MS Paint. It looks ugly, and for the record, no, this is ew. Ugh. What is this? JSON formatter. There we go. Beautiful. All right, let's pull up in. I need to have this in tree form. Okay, but like, let me actually start working on this. So first things first, we need, obviously, we're gonna store some important information like username, my name, and I might do this in YAML instead, but right now we're gonna use JSON just because it's gonna be easier to format this in. Use username. What else are we gonna store in here? We need to store the language is definitely something we need to store. Language. English. Although, oh, I can't write comments in here. So, but we'll just note that these is going to be an enum. I should probably make the struct for this as well. Let's make a new. Oh. Oh. Oh, look at that! I wrote a struct. I wrote the thing already. Oh, we gotta write buttons. We'll get back to that later. Button meta. I'll come back to that. Button API. I wrote that button API like, oh my gosh, it's so smart. Me, I can't believe I wrote that myself. And it's like, it's not all that good. It's not all that. Let's create a. No. I won't create it right now. But we'll come back to this. That's what we're gonna do next. So we're gonna have a language, and this is going to be like an enum of like the different languages that we're gonna have. Then is Wi-Fi. It's gonna be either true or false. And right now we'll set it to false. And then Wi-Fi data itself won't be handled here. It'll be handled in the actual Wi-Fi handler. What other options do we need to go? Well, I guess we can do time zone. We'll set it to ES. It's gotta be string though. EST for right now. And let's look at that in tree form. In tree form. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Put in tree form. Okay, dang! I don't know why that was so difficult. This. I look forward to see it, bro. The updated visuals for the game finna go crazy. Once you figure out like what your art direction's gonna be, you'll be great. Like I see the concept. You just gotta figure out the art direction. Okay, so we have these. I have our username, our language, as false, and our time zone. What other settings are we going to want to have? I guess we'll go from we'll write our settings as we go. So, yeah, we'll write our settings as we go. So we're gonna use fopen to create a new file. Which actually we want to not do that here. We're gonna create a global file object outside. There'll be custom avatars and a web portal for it. Like the web portal, you can buy games on the internet. So yes, and yes, custom avatars. We were trying to do a contest to let other people design the avatars, but like nobody submitted anything, so that'll be a later down the line thing. And then web portal, there is a lot of work. We're trying to redesign the website again, but there will be a that's the wrong thing. There will be a avatar editor both on the console, and there'll be an online version as well. And as long as you have your account on the console, which I should probably do that somewhere. Once you have your account on the console, then you can link it, and obviously you could buy games and download it on there. It will be cool. As long as your console is connected to the internet, obviously. Yeah. Yes, I know. Linux Mint Peak. I actually used to be an Ubuntu user, but then I found Linux Mint, and it's everything I wanted Ubuntu to be, but better. Okay, so let's create a new file, and we're going to name it. Whoa! Settings. There we go. So then we just need to figure. We're going to store our setting shell. After we initialize the shell, after we get the window, after we alloc. Will it be standby announcements? Like when the console's off, it will flash a light and make a noise. So the system updates and stuff. Oh, you know what? That reminds me. That should be a toggle. But in theory, yes, I would like to do something like that. The only issue is that will require an internet connection, and I don't want to force people to have internet all the time. So it'll be a thing where it's like if you enable it and the console's connected to the internet, because it's something that you would leave in your living room. So if you have that on, then yeah, it'll do like a daily thing where it'll check for updates. And then there'll be that reminds me another thing that I need. There'll be a nightly updates where basically like you'll get the latest where you can like test things and stuff like that. Or you could get just like the patches and that type of stuff. So there's different there will be options as with everything with this console. F open. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong thing. Settings equals F open, and we gotta say we're going to put this. See /console /options dot JSON. I need a JSON. I hate JSON parsing in C. Like it's actually just the most. I need a better way. I need a better. We'll see parser. Maybe let's see. It would use make though. How do you make docs? Oh Lord. Oh. Just gonna. Oh boy. See. Probably want to lower the M1 Okay, but like, oh, what if I want to write to it? What if I want to write to it though? If I want to write to it. DVD or Blu-ray support? See, Hyro has been crying for us to write a DVD player in there, but they're not at the moment. I don't have any plans to do that. But um, we might make like an official like external DVD reader, but no promises on that. Obviously, if you have an external DVD reader and connect to the console, it should work. Although, again, no promises on that because I haven't written anything for it. Unlimited bacon but no games, or unlimited Cubics Infinite but no Cubics Infinite. What? Bacon but no games, or no Cubics Infinite. How? I want to see, where's the part where you're writing to the data? Add data to new. Ah, that is a very complex bit of code you got here. CYAML looking a little bit complicated. I don't know how I feel about this. The adjacent parsers are no better. Like, they're actually worse. Because here, okay, let's see what you're doing, right? You're creating this, Oh, where this is the, oh. Mm. 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 Right? CM load file. If it's not okay, then throw an error. Print the project's plan.name or plan. It's a struct that we're then loading from the file. Oh! Okay, that's cool. So you can just set the file to load the file and then set it to a struct, and I guess it allocs it for you. And then for every unsigned, will there be support for other controllers? Generic controllers will work. Other company controllers will not. Any control, it's because the controller for the console is a little weird, and it requires some extra driver support, so it won't really, it will not work the way it's supposed to. I've already learned with probably my Pro controller that I bought. It does not work the way it's supposed to. It reads it as two separate input devices, and that's not swag. Where then for every unsigned int, while I is less than the number of tasks, increment, and then print out the name. Ooh! X input. Yes, but no. There will be. I just haven't written it yet. Like, I haven't enabled it yet. I haven't gone that far in testing. Why should we exclude Xbox and PlayStation controllers? Because they're Xbox and PlayStation controllers. But also it's because, again, the console is designed to work with the modular controllers that require like some extra steps. So, guess that. But like as it is right now, there's no joystick support on the actual console firmware that I have because I haven't gotten that far. When will applications for beta testing open? That's a good question. That's a very good question. Soon. Um, I gotta we gotta finish rewriting the website. There's a lot of stuff that needs to be fixed before we can make that. Additionally, I gotta fix some problems that I have with the console. But I will have um there will be some stuff available before the year is over. I promise. More than likely. Yes. Um. Yeah. Soon or later. Okay, I think I kind of understand what CML does a little bit. I say mid October you should open them. Yeah, it just depends on how far I get into how far we get in development by that point. Mid October, because I mean there are goals of when you want to have the console out, but like we still need to do some other things as well, and yeah, there's a ways to go to ensure that this is working the way it should. Right, let's go get CMO, which is already built on the console. I just haven't built it here. Terminal. Go add search. Oh, libcmo.dev. That actually worked. So we need the dev symbols. All right, let's see if I figured it out. We're gonna make a separate file to handle this though. So we're going to make file YAML. Controller could split into these. You don't need to do controllers of the console. Oh, I'm sure Chris would love to hear that. I'm sure. Chris is our hardware guy, and he has been having a great time with the controller so far. If you don't believe me, just ask him. He's having a great time. Okay, so with CM with the YAML handler .c, right? So now we gotta create the struct that is gonna be there, and so we will need translators as well sooner or later. But as of right now, focused on finishing features. But anyways, we're gonna need stdio and stdint simply because I always include those, and we're also going to need std bool because there's the true or false value. Std bool, and then let's also include string as well. All right, so let's start by creating type def enum, and then we're going to say languages, and we got it is, and then type def struct data as data, then enum languages, and we have English, Spanish, and we'll stay there for right now. Those are the only two languages I actually know. And then struct data. And then we're gonna just take our same somebody said something in Ask Cubics. We're gonna take our same Our we got to make the structure for storing data, a top level structure for storing a task. Okay, so essentially every time we create something, like if I were to create oh, you know what, I actually gotta use a YAML formatter, not a JSON formatter, but we're gonna keep that here. I don't care for this tab right now. Best YAML formatter from JSON formatter. Oh my gosh. Implausible. The same website. Okay, I think in YAML you don't have to put strings around everything. So I can just go like this, which I actually like. Is Wi-Fi and time zone. What's the issue? End of stream or document separator. Oh, these don't need commas. Ooh. Yeah, I'm definitely messing with YAML. Oh, quotation marks. Swag. So if I want to make data under, like if I want to make an array, I guess I just have to say it's not real, but I could be like how do I make add country and region settings? That's actually a good idea. Camel casing is based, by the way. Anybody who doesn't like camel casing, I don't know what to tell you. Bob. Oh, but these shouldn't have commas. No, these need to have commas. So what's the issue? Duplicate mapping key? Duplicated mapping key. Okay, I'm missing something. Yeah, I'm on website. Um, I take this out. Object. Oh. Friends should be a list and not a dictionary, I think. I'm just trying to learn how arrays work. I know, right? I'm trying to get. I gotta get them to fix that, which they will fix it, but just not right now. It seems. Oh, okay, that's cool. I guess. So you make. I think I figured it out. An important announcement. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know. The documentation look confusing. Let's look at free code camp, what they have to say. I don't like. How do I create a .yaml file? Please enlighten me. JSON YAML. Okay, yeah. Our employees. Oh. And then all you have to do is say, oh, that's actually interesting. I like that actually. So, in order to create items in the array, you put a dash and then ID, and this is the identifier. Or am I wrong? Am I wrong? Okay. Indentation of a mapping entry. Bad indentation of a mapping entry? Can we like fix it? Will there be game recommendations on the home menu? Yes, there will be. Well, not on the home menu, but on like the main menu of the store. Yes, and the recommendations. I'm not sure about recommendations to be honest. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Messages. Yo, can we get footage from the PAX booth? There is no footage. Yeah, the two games that were under hello. Dan! Oh my gosh, welcome back. Welcome back to life. The two games that were in the PAX demo were Average Routine, which was a game developed by Flying Dino, yes. he has been working with us for a long time. And then we had a port of Super Tux Racer, which was way more difficult to get running on the console than people know. But we're not going into that today. I want to know how am I to indent this? How am I to indent this mapping? And um uh any you can add the ooh ooh. Oh, no tabs. Oh, got it. Got it. That is. Oh, I'm alive indeed. Yeah. North Korea. I was messing with it until I found out that was what you had to do. So, that actually kind of does make sense. Why? Once I understand it, false. True. I'm messing with YAML. I like it. Right, and each item is an item in the array. Okay, look, I'm learning things. I figured it out. All right, so we're gonna base now the friends thing. This is not gonna be included, and thankfully you can actually write comments in YAML, so this is cool. So this is what we're. These are the settings we're gonna have. So far. Whoa, whoa, whoa. These are the settings I'm gonna write for. So our username is going to be a string. The language is going to be an enum for languages. We're going to have a is Wi-Fi toggle, which basically just means am I allowed to use Wi-Fi on here? Because you can obviously turn it off. You also notice it's off by default because opt in. Time zone is going to be basically where you are. I'm not sure how I'm going to write a setting for that yet. Delusions has not made a like Wi-Fi settings page. These are the only pages I have. So well, not Wi-Fi. Clock setting page. These are the only settings I have so far, and we're gonna make these. Which I technically already wrote these, but I'm rewriting it now. Then we have auto update, which actually should probably be false by default if we're gonna have Wi-Fi off by default. And then we have nightly updates, which basically just means do I get the latest and greatest updates, or do I only get the updates that are actually safe for use? And we have region, self-explanatory, and country, self-explanatory. All right, and we're gonna use the country codes that Stripe uses because that will make it easier when it's time to pay for things. But this is not the thing I'm looking for. Somebody, there it is. Somebody has a list of all the country codes. So these country codes here are the ones we're going to use. These 47 ones here. Although this is missing hella countries. But we'll worry about that later. US, GB for Great Britain. Mexico is invite only? Yeah, we'll get to that. All right. Whoa. So sharp pointer name. I should probably split screen this. Not gonna lie. No, that should have a semi at the end as well. Split screen that. All right. Pull up announcing they. What is bro saying? Hang on a second. There you Alright, so let's look at the YAML I wrote again. That way I can actually know what's supposed to be here. Right, so then enum languages lang, we're gonna call it, right? Then we're going to just have bool is Wi-Fi. We're gonna enum time zones, and then we're going to have est cst. This is lagging. How odd. Mountain time. I think that's what it is. Yes. Or is it MST? Mountain Standard Time. I don't know. I always forget about Mountain Time. But anyways, there should be a Sami here as well. Okay. Time zone. Auto. Let's be bool auto date. Yeah, we gotta make minimums for those. Actually, I don't need to say enum languages. I can just say I can just say languages because I actually typed it. Yeah. Region. Hey. Great Britain. I don't know why it's GB, by the way. There's no UK. Oh, well, actually, no. There's regions NA, EU, and Japan. With no Japanese as a supported language. It's crazy work. And then enum country. Now we're going to say NA, Great Britain, or sorry, not NA, US, Great Britain, and JP for Japan. Now we've cooked. So I need to type def all of these where time zones, region, and country. So then I don't need to say enum here, say time zones, say region, country, swag. So now we have our top level struct that's going to handle all the data. Right? Cool. Let's come back to documentation and see what we need to do next. This is our top level structure. Mapping test. Oh, that's so cool. I actually like that. So you can just assign strings to be an enum. So when it loads it, it's just like, oh yeah, that is an enum. So you don't have to do that checking yourself. So we need to create an unknown. Create an unknown for each of these. Is there like a way you can put like a default value if it's something gibberish? CMO is very cool. I like this. What's up, Drago? What have you discovered now? Lua's latest version adds const local Ooh! I want the little 5.3. Const local variables is actually a game changer. That is very cool. I like that. Local x const. Okay, that's actually cool. 5.4, yeah, the 5.4 beta. That's actually really cool. Can make constant meta tables. Oh my gosh, that's tough. I look forward to Lua 5.4. It's gonna be peak. All right, let's come back to lib. So we need to create these static const CML stir values, and then we can task flag strings. So we can make this an array of, so we can say lang strings, and then we can say none. I should probably differentiate these if they have the same name. Lang unknown. Ugh, you know what? I should probably prefix all of these. Lang, Spanish, Zone, EST, Zone CST, Zone Mountain Time, Zone Pacific Time, region underscore unknown, region underscore NA, region underscore EU, underscore Japan, country, capital Y, country underscore unknown, country underscore US, underscore Japan. Okay, so then I just had to say lang unknown. Oh, because you gotta say that this is an array. And then you gotta say equals, obviously. There you go. All right. And so then English should be lang English. Spanish. Spanish. Since we're supporting Japan, let's go ahead and put Japan ESSE. I don't be remembering how to spell Japanese. ESSE. No, one S. Close, but not there. I'm gonna go Japanese. And then Japanese. Japanese. Oh, the last item needs a comma as well, apparently. Does it though? Chemistry is like way out of place. It does not. Alright. Now I need to do this for... It's gonna take a bit. But once I do this, I can... Okay. I can write this really quickly. Oh, and once I actually add all the time zones, I should probably make it where... Not gonna do that. MST... Mountain Standard Time. I swear that's not what it's supposed to be. But it's okay. To all my Mountain Standard Time people, my fault, crew. Whoa, whoa. Oh, no. PST. There you go. I feel like most of the people that are in the server are EST people, but in case not, that icons CMO Serval OT, and now we're doing and then none, of course, going to equal region unknown. If the value is NA, and it's gonna be a region NA. If it's EU, it's gonna be region EU. It's AP, it's going to be region AP. Okay, and then we're doing the same thing. Static const CMO string. Oh, sorry, Serval underscore T. And then if you say this is going to be the country strings, and this is going to be, yeah, if it's none, country unknown. Give us. Alright, so we've created our types. Let's figure out what I need to do next. So I look at Discord. I had an AI assistant that... Ew. Could it also could be a start on like a no AI. I have a prediction with the console market is that there will be an AI console coming very soon, and it will not be for me. I would like to get the password to my account, Alexander Nexo. Okay, I gotta look into that, crew. I don't have a thing. Oh, well, I guess I could Does that actually work? Wait, I don't even have the thing on here. Wait, I'm dumb. Yeah, I don't have the thing on here. I gotta do that later. I can't do that right now. Next, so I wouldn't drop your address. Schema for string pointers. String value. Flag CML flag pointer. I'm not really sure what this is. Yeah, screen right there. Your screen is hidden. Yeah, well, I couldn't even do the thing because I didn't have. I don't have my what's the name? Superbase account on here. It's on my main computer, and I'm not switching. It's a lot of extra work. I mean, I could log in, but that required me to put my personal email on here, and I don't feel like doing that. Flags optional. These fields here. No, if an optional field is in the key name. Duration. Oh, so now what we gotta do is we gotta actually tell it what the fields in the YAML are. Right? So if we say, for example, static const CYAML schema. Great documentation, by the way. Shout out to the people that work on this. Ask mailed schema. Field schema. And we're setting it to an array, and it's going to equal this. And right now there are no children arrays, although when we get to, I guess, friends or multiple accounts, then I guess we can handle that there. But since we're still on the single account settings for the console right now, we'll get to that later. Hold on a sec. By the way, why do people call the console the cubics instead of the infinite? Like, I feel like I only refer to the console as infinite and not cubics. No. I really want to know. I feel like it's a odd thing. Either way, let's see. So we got to create a CYAML underscore field string enter. And we're going back up to the reference, right? Name is a single pointer, so that makes sense. Pointer. What? What are you talking about? No, 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 no. It says 5, but damn. Damn. We have 5 drops, so I guess it makes sense. Oh. Field stream. Alright, so coming back to YAML. Let's see. So we have username. Right, so the flags, there aren't any flags, right? CMO flag pointer. Let's probably look up what that is. String pointers. Ah, interesting, interesting. So we have the char, we have the CM, flag pointer, then we have the struct that it's associated with, and that would be data, right? And member, what variable is it in there? That'd be name. Its minimum value is string length. Oh, maximum length. The maximum length is 20 characters. Right? Okay. I understand it now. Okay. I understand it. I think. So now what we're doing is we're just mapping this to this. Does that enums. So CMO field enum, but these aren't pointers. So the value that it's associated with, which is JSON. No, I want the YAML. The value it's associated with is there a way to make this dark theme, by the way? I feel like there is a dark theme version of this website. I just never paid attention. I understand it now. Yes. I guess not. Oh, that sucks. Okay, so language. Within the box as long as the games are good. Interesting take. Interesting take. Let's see. CYAML field enum. Oh, sorry. No. CYAML flag default. That's what I'm looking for. and flag default. The struct it's associated with, which again is, wait. Hold up. Now I'm a little bit confused. Come back. Field enum. Where is this being used? Huh. Eval region type strings. Right. So it still refers to data. I think I understand it. Right? So it still refers to data. Then the member is where it is in the struct itself, which is lang. Right? Then the strings, that is the lang strings up here. Lang strings, right? And then the number of items is CMO array len, and then we just get the lang strings. Okay, understand it now. I think. Let's see. Let's test my understanding by making the next one. So we have before we come up here, capital CMO. Oh. No, this should be a CMO field. Oh, it's not a pointer. And then it's going to be in the thing is Wi-Fi. Flags are going to be CMO flag. Oh, CMO. Let's see if that exists. Flag. Yes, default. No. CMO. Image. I guess we're gonna use default because there's no bool lag. What happened? Aye. Come on, computer. Alright, it's data, and then use Wi-Fi. Then coming back to the time zones. No. And I put this in the wrong spot as well. I'm trying to make this in order. Delaying Wi-Fi. Now we're doing time zone. It's wants CM05 default with data. It's kind of related to the time zone value. What do you intend to for people that want to make moddable games for your console? That is a good question. I definitely do want out the box modding. I think that'll be a great feature to have, and I think it's a very popular feature. I'm just not 100% sure how. Like on PC, it's easy because people there are ripping tools where you can be like, all right, I can edit this, this, and this. But I feel like on console, it's not as easy to do. Um, I have some ideas where basically like you can in libfinite mark an asset as exposable where a a modder can go into the game files and be like, okay, I can see this, this, and this, without being able to um what's the word? Being able to see all the files. But I don't know how that's gonna work yet. I haven't worked it out. I'm gonna figure it out though. I want modding though. That yes. How? Not sure. Um. Oh. Wait. Where's the dot? Time zone. I need another. Oh. Please don't. Oh, I did it. I can help find something out. I am definitely open to helping. Um. All right. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah. So, whoa, whoa, whoa. I definitely am open to people helping out. LibFinite is open source, and I don't know why it swears that there's C++ in here. There's no C++ in this thing. But if you have an idea of how it can be done, yeah, you can definitely submit an issue, not a pull request, because pull request is like you're submitting code. You could submit an issue with your idea of how it can work, and we can actually work on it. But that is, of course, something that you can do if you feel like you can help. It is Wi-Fi. So then we have auto update, where it's in data and it is the same name. Auto, auto, update. And then we have region. Region. Oh, that's a bug. This is not named correctly. There you go. Region strings. And then you go region strings. Okay. And then we have country. I'm gonna add nightly in a minute. Country. And then it's going to be country in there. And then it's going to be the country strings. We're then also getting the length of the country strings. Okay, so let's go over this really quickly as I add that as well. I'll update. Nightly is not on here. I'll update nightly, where then nightly and then nightly. All right. Cool. So this struct, we should now be able to handle all of the data that's here. That's the field schema. All right. Moving on to the next. It's a TJ. That's a TJ song. That's a somebody song. All right. So after we do all of this schema stuff, right? This is still schema. This is the overall schema. Ooh, but there's something else. It's field. Now that's in this. Do I have to make another one? I feel like I kind of defined it here. That could be wrong. Visual code to load and save doc using CYAML. So now, this is the important stuff. We're actually going to say static const, and then we're going to create a new CYAML config type. And then the log function. Yeah, we'll use the default function. Yeah, we want to do debug logging for right now. And now we're going to create the function that loads the file to a struct. So we need to create a new data pointer. No, that was right. Pointer open settings file, and then need a sharp pointer to path. For right now, use any path in prod use set. Obviously, we don't want to just give people the option to load settings from any and anywhere, but for right now, we'll allow it. Right, so we need to collect the path and config, right? So if well, it's using a like global error type. We're not going to do that. Or error equals, and we're going to call CYAML load file from path. Where it is. We need to cast that to a const char. So it should be const char path. We need an and pointer to the config. The schema, that's going to be an and pointer to field schema. Data out, that's where we're putting the data to, so we need to define a data. Does that have to be a pointer? Yes, it does. Data my settings, and then we need to give this there has to be a pointer to it. Let's see, it has to be a void cast. So it needs to be a void cast to, it needs to be an and pointer to a pointer of my settings. And then this will be null, right? Okay. Then if does not equal CML okay. Oh, CML okay. Then oh, we don't have the finite built into this. So let's go and get that. I include finite slash log.h. That I knew somebody was gonna ask me. Finite log. Error. Let's say something went wrong while reading the settings file, and then this %s, and then oh, okay. I don't know why I read something else. I was like, what? Stir error. Let me say ERR. And it wants to exit out. So it wants us to exit out here. So instead of saying error, we're going to say fatal, which finite log fatal is the same thing as finite log error, except it exits out for y'all. Then otherwise return data. That's it. Oh, sorry. Whoa, don't return data, return my settings. Cool. So now I have in 100 lines or so, we've written a function that can open a YAML file that has our settings in it. This information here, it can read it and then it can return. Now we're going to test this. First of all, we need to, inside of this main header, we need to we're now going to move all of this. Yeah, well, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to move this. These are the things that need to move. And these are going to go, save this, inside of here before the button metadata, because button metadata is going to be confusing and we're not going to deal with it right now. In fact, all of this needs to go, honestly. I'll keep the button metadata because I want... don't worry, I'm gonna fix this in a second. Include. Right now, we're just gonna use relative. Include main.h. There you go. And then we just need to have hold up. Damn. I need to include this function because data needs to be a global value. Bam. Okay. Actually, I am curious. What is this? Twins 3. We haven't been up that long. Oh, two-ish hours. What's that? Huh. All right. Anyways, let's see. What can't I do? So we have this open settings file. I want to make sure that this actually works. I'm gonna be proud of myself if this works actually. So now we're going to not draw anything really quickly. We just want to let's comment all of this out really quickly, and then I'm gonna write a quick test function. We're going to create inside of, and just because this is similar to how it'll be in production, console, new folder. Let's call this data. That's probably not what it'll be called, but let's just create the document right now. New empty document, and this is going to be settings.yaml, or it could be settings.conf, or it could be settings or something like that, right? But it's a YAML formatted document. I don't think the file extension matters, but I'm not going to test that right now. So we're going to then pop that in there, save that. Now, I think all I have to do is call, so we're gonna say struct data, oh no, we don't need to say struct, we're just gonna say data my settings equals, and I need to include that main.h here as well. Hashtag include main.h. My settings. So settings is going to equal YAML handle.c goes open settings file sharp path, and that's going to be /console / data / settings.yaml, and then log info, and we're going to say username %s. We're going to say data. And how do we actually, did we just say data.username? or data dot. Oh, well, yeah, it's the same way it would be in the struct. Hello. Oh, but I'm saying data dot instead of my settings dot, and then we just say, hey. All right. Moment of truth. Moment of truth. First try. You know, the saying is that nothing ever works the first try. But of course I'm not wrong. Oh, right, because because I forgot to do the thing I said I had to do, which was we need to tell it that we want that we need to give it a include directory. Let me make sure I'm doing this correctly. Include directory. Yeah. Yeah. No. Include directory equals include, and then include directories equals Control S. All right. Open settings file. So I'm not right. Yes. In function main undefined reference to open settings file, which is this open settings file here that is defined in main.h as open settings file. Are we perchance not including the correct file? So let's say instead include slash main.h, and let's see, does that work? Ninja, still the same issue. Let's do open settings file, which is weird because I swear if I came here, it's going to take me to this implementation here that also refers to include .main. Right, so inside include, I have main.h, right, and I'm including this main.h that right here refers to open settings file as data, open settings file, and passing a sharp pointer. Then inside of yaml.c, that's where it's defined. I'm setting it here. I'm having it return a value. Not really sure what's going on. It's not static. It's defined. Could have sworn that it's the right reference. YAML, nope, not that. YAML.c, include main.h. A little bit confused as to why you can't find the file there. Undefined reference. I too enjoy programming, man. It just always works exactly the way it's supposed to, man. Never any problems. Include directories. You don't include that in the source folder. No. I don't know. I'm a little confused as to why it's not working. Directory is indeed called include, right? And it's inside of this folder. Yeah. Include directories. Then in include, we have the main.h that right here refers to open. Oh. But in my source, I'm not telling it to include perks of being a programmer. Downsides everything. No, I just figured it out. So I actually need to tell it that I want to include the actual definition of that function, which is in YAML handle.c. That should fix the issue. If that doesn't fix it, I don't know what the problem is. That should be the issue. Oh, missing a comma. Why do we still do it? Good question. Such a great question. What the actual heckadeck? That made it worse. SysYAML mem? Undefined reference to SysYAML log? It's a SysYAML load file? When these are all referenced right here? What? Huh? I mean, the official documentation says they exist, so what are you on about? What are you saying? They definitely exist. The doc said so. Oh, I forgot to include the dependency. Oh, hooray. I gotta figure out where that is. Dependency. I low-key forgot how to search up packages in pkg config, so we're all gonna hope and pray that it's just SysYAML and not some weird name. Ninja. Nope, can't find it. All right. That later. I need to go SysYAML free after. All right. SysYAML. Oh, it's in caps though. But it's okay. It's pkg config. Pkg config. I don't care for the AI. I just need to see the commands are. Okay. Fine, AI, tell me what it is. That told me nothing. It's the same thing that I've been doing before. I thought there was like a actual command to do more than just pkg dash config dash dash list dash all. I guess we're just gonna scroll until we find something similar to SysYAML. Kind of a lame. I wish it would sort it by alphabetical order, but no, we're gonna do it like this. Oh, it's SysYAML, but it's CYAML. Do pipe and one. And we're going to say tpk dot list. Now there should be a ls pkg.list, nano that, pkg.list, and then control F, control F. Okay, maybe not. Guess it's not working right now. It's okay. Documents. Console. Islands. Setup. Build. pkg.list. And then we're looking for libsyaml. It's libsyaml. Libsyaml. Alright, let's try it now. If I try running Ninja, there we go. Alright, moment of truth, / set up. It's exported. Oh, because it's segfaulted because it needs a lot. It needs me to initialize it. Forgot I didn't need to. I'm no longer calling finite log init because I'm skipping the initialization step. So I just need to finite log init first, call the creation, and then log out. All right, Q, Y. Oh, whoa. Ninja, PDB, R. Something went wrong. Top level schema must be a pointer. Top level schema value must be a pointer. Top level schema value must be a pointer. Third param. libcml, the planner. So I have to create another static const CMO schema view. No, schema value. Top level. But it can't be an array. A CMO mapping, because this is a that's a field, but this is a value, and we call CMO value mapping. A CMO value mapping with the flags. CMO. Oh, this is what I was talking about. It must be CMO flag pointer, and then it needs to be the data type data, and its fields needs to be, it's not a pointer, so it needs to be field schema. Yes? Perchance? Am I right? Maybe? Yes, no, maybe so? How correct am I? Yeah. Alright, let's try building now. Ninja. Whoa. Oh. Field schema expects value. Oh, because I need to set this to be an M pointer to top level. It literally told me that was the error before. Ninja, okay. GDB setup, R. Hmm. Hmm. Let's take the... I think I know what went wrong, but I'm not 100% sure. Console data settings. So it read the US and then it gets to these comments and it goes, what's going on? We're gonna try and do this. Q. Restart. R. That doesn't help. Not really sure why it isn't. Hmm. Um. Handle state. A. US. US. I mean, it got to the end of the file. Let's find out if it's a me problem or a them problem. I need to do. That's all it is. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even reading the value anymore. Seems like it's a. Huh. Is there a bug in finite log? I mean, really use Sterling. We're gonna not print. How about that? It's going to run silently. Uh, it's saying it's a libyaml C issue after mapping, and I'm missing something. Oh, look, my computer just froze. Oh, there it goes. Come on, computer. There you go. I don't know. I'm a little confused as to why it's not value. Plan schema. Void pointer of the type. Add an amp pointer to plan, which stuff is struct, and then null. I mean, the function was able to run. I'm a little confused myself. Not log info or username is my settings dot name. Info or username is my settings dot name. Freeing it would just get rid of the data, which is counterproductive. I guess I'll just look up the error. Maybe what I'll do on Ninja, and then I'll just run it without GDB and see if that helps. Handle state mapping key. US not handled. Oh, Google. Oh. Yeah, Danny, you see, this is why we don't mess with the AI here. All right. So close yet so far. Because I should be able to just print out the name of the data. All right, let's look at the numerical example. And because once you load the file, once you're done, obviously you're supposed to free the data, but we ain't even got that far yet. Right? We're loading the file at path, passing an amp pointer to config, pointer to top schema. All right, recreate. Yeah, I gotta look at this, so it would have told me the same thing, right? I am missing something. At the end of this, we need to put a SciAmmo field end. This will solve the issue. Ninja. Yes. All right. Now it doesn't die, and it can now handle printing the data. Told you, nothing ever worked first try. You always got to do it multiple times. And now it's telling me that my settings is not defined because it's not defined. We just need to say data pointer my settings equals open settings file, or we give the settings file. We're then gonna log out our username and press done. All right, if all this works, whoopsie, sorry, didn't do it. It should print my name. And with that, we got it. Swag. All right. So, good. It's good. So, we now have it figured out. We have a way of loading our settings with YAML. I like it. I think it's good. It only took me about an hour and a half or so to figure out because we did other things on here, right, guys? Yeah. Good job, me. Let's see. Is there anything else I want to get done today? How long have I been on here? That's a better question. Uh-oh. Wait. Uh-oh. Wi-Fi started not Wi-Fi-ing. Poor status. Buffering. Yeah, I don't think so, YouTube. Figure it out, my internet bad or something. I mean, nothing is happening. That's the. I mean, on here it doesn't look like anything is bad. I don't know. YouTube, figure it out, bro. It's okay. We're almost done. Damn. Analytics. Nah. All right, crew. 2:24. That's how we've been on here. So yeah, not bad. All right, crew. Me. Hang on a sec. A lot of things to do today, but I wanted to make sure that I got some work done. I haven't gone to do any Cubics work for a while, but we've got some loading things done. So next step is the buttons, which that's a whole nother project I don't feel like doing. But what if I want to create a YAML file? I mean, I guess you would have to give it like a default YAML file, right? Where it would be like everything has to be none, like everywhere. Like the console would have to give a default YAML file like this, and then we could go from there. And then the settings menu can just change values using the same method that it was using before. It's like, oh yeah, we can just set it to be other things, and then we don't even have to check like the string name because we can just be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna set the value to its hold up, let me make sure. I'm thinking about how I would do this, and I gotta make sure I'm doing this correctly, right? So like I could set, for example, in here I could set from code set night region to be a different value and then save it to a different the file like I was doing, or like they do in here. Like, oh yeah, so I can just modify the data directly. And then okay, we're gonna have to create another function then called uh data. It's gonna return the same thing, but we're going to save settings file, and now you're going to have to return the data, but you're gonna have to give it data to save. Data settings, and you gotta give me the path to save it to. It's probably the other way around. Our path and then data settings. And from here, we got to make sure that settings it's not null. Null, but you get a null pointer back. And then we need to say something. So we'll say finite log our setting unable to save null settings, right? And then afterwards, all we gotta do is SIAML dot t equals SIAML save file, and then we gotta give it the point to const char path, the config, the schema that's in top level, the data that's point back to void, I would assume, settings, and then no, right? Now we can fix it. I don't think that is correct. I think you have to point cast it to SIAML data. Oh, you don't have to cast it at all. You can just give it as it is. Intriguing. You don't even have to cast it. You just hand it to the handler as is. So we point it to an end here. We don't even give it a pointer. It can just be raw. Intriguing. Okay. So from there, we should be able to save. Then, of course, we simply run all of this again. Except instead of returning my settings, now we're returning settings. Because we want to skip back the saved data. So if is not equal while saving the settings data. There's an H missing here. While saving the settings data. Alright, cool. SIAML save file, where all it does, and then do one more void close settings file, where all I need is the path and the data. I think I might only need the path, because all I need to do is SIAML close or free, and then you just need and pointer to config the schema and top level. Oh, I need the data. settings, and then null. So then just verify that settings exist. I actually don't need the path. So if settings, oh, I don't even have to do if settings equals null. I could just do if not settings, since null returns false. Not settings, then finite log error. Oh, sorry, not error. No, this shouldn't return anything. I don't know why it's a void pointer. Why it's fatal in the first place. Unable to free all data because I'm pretty sure that's undefined behavior. Otherwise, just call SciAML free. Call it a day. All right, now last step: just throw these boyos into the main.h header. All right. Right, so then let's say my settings dot name equals, and we're gonna set it to test subject, and then we'll set my settings dot auto update equals true. Then we'll call finite, well, not finite, we'll call data a, and we'll set my settings to equal save settings file where we're passing the same path where we want to store it. Console data settings underscore copy the YAML or settings copy dot on. And then we're going to say settings is my settings. Then, if that all works, then we're going to finite log new username and s, and that's going to be my settings dot name. Finally, oh, I have it set to finite log instead of finite log info. This will turn errors. Finite log underscore info. There you go. And then finally, we want to close settings file, my settings. All right. Ow, my hand. Moment of truth. Here we go. Let's go. Ninja. Unsigned integer. Well, YAML save file. They have it as 0. Have it as 0. YAML save file. They have it as 0. Do you require a uint too? Yeah, GB is 0. Do you require uint? Yeah, why are you guys allowed to be null? I guess he can be null because he has a pointer to it, but you guys are like the actual values. Yeah, that makes sense. But here, actual value or a pointer? Actual value. Alright, cool. There we go. Setup. Free invalid pointer. Okay. Almost there. Almost got it. Invalid pointer. Let's see. What did I do wrong? It's almost there. It's in the finite R. Free invalid pointer. SciAML free. The Zeta settings is already a pointer. Hmm. Hmm. Not 100% sure why. I'm not sure why. Does that XQX? Right. It seems like it. I mean, it clearly works. Um. So what's left now is to link the UI to the functionality. So I should gotta make it so that these, when I scroll through this, it'll actually update the settings. Um, but an API is gonna suck to write. So I'm probably going to write this as a commit here. Let's just go ahead. Actually, we store settings reduce CM. La 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 la. Okay. Ninja. Like you. I gotta start LabWC. Alright, let's just put this through the pass right quick. Again, running Ninja, even though there's no work to do. X. Yeah. That now. And most importantly, I didn't even check. Yep, settings.com. And there it is. I see our username is updated. Auto updating is true. Cool. All right. I'm going to click save as here. Our setting system is done. Next thing to do is, of course, buttons, but that is going to be a absolute pain, and I don't want to put myself through all of that right now. Good job. Good job, us. We've done it. We've gotten one step closer to working settings menu. Actually, not what I decided was gonna do today, but then ended up working on this for a little bit longer than I thought it would. It's already almost 6 o'clock, and I am ready to do something. I'm not sure what. I need to go and do Soytax account. So we shall meet again soonish. I will be doing more of these live streams because actually these do help me be productive. Yeah. I look forward to seeing you guys soonish. If you guys haven't already, smash like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. Go join our Discord server if you're not in it for whatever reason. I will see you all very soon. But it will be, well, it depends. Hopefully I see you in the Discord.